hit that subscribe button and the bell icon beside it to check out our latest videos before anyone else. What's up everyone, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech and these are some of the best features and some important tips and tricks for your Honor 6X. Now with that said, let's get started. This feature called App Twin is the same as dual apps on Xiaomi phones with very limited functionality. You can use two versions of the same app on the same phone. Like you can have two WhatsApp accounts and two Facebook accounts. I wish Honor allows us to create twin app based on our needs just like the Mi phones. We have this mode called Ultra Power Saving mode. Once you enable it, apart from the selected 8 applications, all the apps running in the background will be killed and stopped from running. Because of that, you will see a significant improvement in battery life. Unlike other phones, on this phone, you get to choose any app to be used in this mode, which I think is really a cool option. As if all these power saving modes were not enough, we also have the option to reduce the screen resolution for regular tasks to help save power. If you are interested, just enable this toggle. Once you go to apps and select settings, you get some additional hidden settings. Among them we have default app settings. Just like all the Chinese phones, even Honor allows us to change the default launcher, default music player and other default apps from one place. You can take a picture using the fingerprint scanner on the stock camera app. Unlike other phones, you need to touch and hold the fingerprint scanner to take the picture. To use this feature, you need to first enable this toggle in the fingerprint settings. We can also use the fingerprint scanner to switch between the next and previous images in the default gallery app by swiping left or right on the fingerprint scanner. Once again, to use this feature, you need to enable this toggle in the fingerprint settings. We can also do a swipe down on the fingerprint scanner to bring down the notification bar. This was a unique feature on Honor phones until Google brought it to the Pixel phones. We can also use the fingerprint scanner to answer calls and stop alarms. We can take the normal screenshot by using the volume down and power button or by using the screenshot toggle. Once you are done, you can select the scroll shot option to take a long screenshot. We have a lot of camera modes on this phone. Among them, these are the highlights. Whenever we take a picture in this mode, we get to record our audio for 10 seconds. The only downside is we can only view it on the phone's default gallery app. Honor 6X is probably the only mid-range phone that allows us to record video in Pro mode. We can tweak things like focal distance, focus point, color balance and many more just before we start recording the video. Probably the best feature of all is the wide aperture mode. It allows you to blur the background of an object like a DSLR, and you can also change the focus point even after you take the picture. We have a mode called as Eye Comfort mode in display settings. Once you enable it, it puts a warm tint on the screen to protect your eyes at night by filtering the blue light. We can also enable it automatically based on a time and change the intensity of the tint too. We have an app lock built into the system and we can access it from the Phone Manager app. Once you set a password, we can use the fingerprint scanner to unlock locked applications. To do that, we need to first enable this toggle in the fingerprint settings. Now from this page, you can simply select the apps that you want to lock. And the next time you open them, you will be asked to enter the password or use your fingerprint. Honor, like all the other Chinese phones, doesn't have an app drawer in their launcher. But probably for their US customers, they gave us the option to enable app drawer. This is the same thing Lenovo has done 2 years ago. Honor has just installed 2 launchers and you're simply switching between them by doing so. In settings, we have the option to change the navigation bar. We can choose to rearrange the recent apps and back button or include a new button to pull down the notification bar. We can even change the position of that button. From notification and status bar settings, we can enable notification LED. Yes, we have it, but we need to enable it. For that, we need to enable this pulse notification light toggle. We can also display network usage on status bar. And finally, we can change how the battery percentage is displayed on the status bar using these settings. Using the Phone Manager app, We can block internet access to apps over Wi-Fi and mobile data. Using the same phone manager app, we can block calls and messages by listing the contact details in this page. We can also choose to block all the unknown numbers or all the strangers that usually call over internet. We can also block messages based on keywords, which I think is a great built-in feature. We have a feature on this phone that allows us to kill apps when you lock the phone. Normally, I wouldn't recommend to do this, but if there are any apps that you rarely use, it's better to kill them and save some battery in that process. Some system apps like Google Duo should be killed if you're not using them. This app also suggests you which apps are power intensive, like Facebook, so killing them will improve your battery life a little more. If you enable this toggle, your phone will count the number of steps you take and display it on the lock screen. In the Smart Assistant section, we have Floating Dock. It's a floating bubble, like in the iPhone, with navigation shortcuts and shortcut to lock your phone and clean the RAM. If you think a 5.5-inch display is too big for you, use the one-handed mode. Just enable this toggle and swipe left or right on the navigation bar to shrink the screen. Click the blank spot to enlarge it again. I don't know who needs this, but we do have the option to schedule power on and power off, and this is how we can do it. We can schedule it to automatically turn on and turn off at a specific time on a specific day. We have the regular Google style app permissions right in settings. From here we can disable any permission for an app based on the permission type. So guys, that's pretty much it for this list. Those were the best features and some important tips and tricks for your Honor 6X. I hope you like it. If you do, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to see more cool videos on tech. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.